Most welcome, my dear students. I am to take class on ratio analysis for practical problems. Some practical problems are necessary for you. You can note down while I am giving you this from creative side of the current ratio, GP ratio, debtors turnover ratio. So you see, if we calculate the closing debtors of a company whose debtors turnover ratio is 3 times, okay? Gross profit ratio is 25% on sales. Gross profit ratio is 25% on sales. Sales, that is turnover. Cash sales is 1/3 of credit sales. Sales may be segregated into two parts. One is credit sale, another is cash sale. So two types of sales are very important to measure activity, efficiency, profitability, whatever you do like, you can calculate with the help of ratio, certain ratio. What I have given in 3 classes, not exhaustive, but I have given you important ratios. I discussed a lot. So you try to solve this problem. Cash sales is 1/3 of credit sales. I asked you gross profit ratio is 25% on sales and cash sale is 1/3 of credit sales. Closing debtors amount to rupees 18,000. Okay, more than the opening debtors. And last cost of goods sold during the year have been rupees 12 lakhs. So this is very little problem from where you can find out closing debtors of a company. Closing debtors is important asset, current asset. With the help of your ratio, GP ratio, 25% on sales, cost of goods sold, 75% of sales, rupees 12 lakhs. So what is total sales? 12 lakhs into 100 by 75 comes to 16 lakhs. Am I right? Total sales is credit sales plus cash sales. So when you have found out with the help of GP ratio, total sales is 16 lakhs, you know cost of goods sold 12 lakhs. Credit sales plus 1/3 of credit sales or 4/3 of credit sales. Credit sales equals to total sales into 3 by 4 equals to 16 lakhs into 3 by 4 comes to 12 lakhs. Then what is debtor turnover ratio? I told you in the theoretical class. Credit sales by average debtors. What is average debtors? Opening debtor plus closing debtors divided by 2. So average debtors, credit sales divided by debtors turnover ratio. So credit sales 12 lakhs and debtors turnover ratio 3. So average debtors here comes 4 lakhs. This is also alternative calculation of average debtors. This is also important. You note it. The difference between closing debtors and opening debtors is 18,000. Given closing debtors amount to rupees 18,000 more than the opening debtors. So average difference is 9,000. Closing debtors, average debtors plus 9,000. So average debtors 4 lakhs and average difference is 9,000. It comes to 4,09,000. Very simple to calculate. So from these solution, you have found out the closing debtors with the help of certain ratios related to GP ratio and debtors turnover ratio, what is given to you. Secondly, another problem you can note: estimation of working capital. Very essential. From the following particulars, calculate the working capital of XYZ Limited. Stock turnover within bracket, closing stock being 30,000 more than the opening stock, 5 times. Sales 6 lakhs. Gross profit margin 25%. Current liabilities 1,10,000. Quick ratio 0.8. 0.8, better to say. There is no bank overdraft. So from these details given, you are asked to calculate working capital of XYZ Limited. This type of problems usually set in the university questions. How can you find out? You know GP ratio, that is 25%, that is 1/4 of sales. So gross profit comes to 1,50,000. Cost of goods sold, sales minus gross profit. You know sales and profit 1,50,000. So cost of goods sold 4,50,000. Stock turnover equals to 5. Cost of goods sold divided by average stock equals to 5. So average stock equals to 4,50,000 divided by 5 comes to 90,000. Very easy. If opening stock is X, closing stock equals to X plus 30,000, then average stocks is equal to X plus 30,000 divided by 2, or X plus 15,000. Now X plus 15,000 equals to 90,000. So X or opening stock equals to 90,000 minus 15,000 comes to 75,000. Closing stock 90,000 plus 15,000, 1,05,000. Then quick ratio, quick assets by current liabilities. That there is no bank overdraft, current liabilities equals to quick liabilities. Very simple. Or quick assets divided by quick liabilities. So quick assets equals to 1,10,000 multiplied by 0.08. It comes to 88,000. Current assets, quick assets plus closing stock. 88,000 plus 1,05,000, 1,93,000. Then what is working capital? The required answer for working capital is current asset minus current liabilities. And you have already determined current assets 1,93,000 minus 1,10,000. It comes to 83,000. Okay. So these are the examples of ratio analysis. Third example, use of balance sheet ratios. Prepare balance sheet. Okay. You note down, from the following information, prepare a summarized balance sheet. as I am dictating from your classroom. Okay. So you note down in your khata or exercise book. From the following information, prepare a summarized balance sheet in the books of X Limited. As on 31st December, assuming that the capital is composed of equity shares of rupees 10 each. Okay. Liquid ratio 1.5. Current ratio 2.5. Assets within bracket fixed. Proprietorship fund ratio 0.75. Working capital rupees 1,20,000. Reserves and surplus 60,000. Bank overdraft 20,000. This problem was set in Part 2 BCom examination 1984. From the question paper I have given you this. The same problem was set in ICWA final December 1984 with little bit difference, but same type of problem was set in CA final May 1990. What I have asked, with the use of balance sheet ratios, prepare balance sheet from the given information. Very simple. So I am giving you some tips for your easy understanding. First, you note down working notes. Current ratio given 2.5. And we know current asset by current liabilities equals to 5 by 2. 5 by 2. Current asset minus current liabilities, 5 minus 2 equals to 3. So working capital equals to 3 equals to rupees 1,20,000 given. So current assets equals to 5 by 3 into 1,20,000. That comes to 2 lakhs. And current liabilities equals to 2 equals to 1,20,000 into 2 by 3 rupees comes to rupees 80,000. We know liquid ratio equals to quick assets by quick liabilities, that is given 1.5. Or we can write current asset minus stock divided by current liabilities minus bank overdraft equals to 1.5. So put the figures: current asset 2 lakhs minus stock divided by current liabilities 80,000 and bank overdraft 20,000 equals to 1.5. So you solve this, you will get stock equals to 1,10,000. Very simple. Now current assets, stock plus debtors plus cash, or 2 lakhs. Current asset we have calculated earlier, 2 lakhs equals to 1,10,000 for stock plus debtors plus cash is nil. Assumed cash here is nil as there is bank overdraft. So debtors comes to rupees by solving this identity or equation 90,000. Similar, current liabilities equals to creditors plus bank overdraft, or 80,000 equals to creditors plus 20,000. Not plus, that quick liabilities equals to current liabilities minus bank overdrafts. You make correction, quick liabilities equals to current liabilities minus bank overdraft. So it comes to rupees, how much? 60,000. 80,000 minus 20,000. Okay. Number 3, fixed assets by proprietorship fund equals to 0.75 equals to 3 by 4. Let us assume that there is no loan. So working capital equals to 1 minus 3 by 4th or 1/4 of proprietor's fund. 1/4 of proprietor fund equals to 1,20,000. So proprietary fund comes to 4,80,000. Here reserve and surplus rupees 60,000 given in your problem. So share capital equals to proprietor fund minus reserve and surplus. So it comes to 4,20,000. That is 4,80,000 minus 60,000. Number 4, hence fixed assets by proprietary fund equals to 0.075. So fixed assets equals to 0.75 into rupees 4,80,000. It comes to 3,60,000. So these parts cover working notes. Now it is your homework. You complete the balance sheet of X Limited on 31st December on any year. Balance sheet, liability side, asset side. You fill up. I am giving you the total comes to 5,60,000. Homework, you have to complete the balance sheet. Okay. Balance sheet total comes to 5,60,000. So share capital, equity shares you have to write, reserve and surplus on liability side, loans, current liabilities, creditors, bank overdraft. You fill up the figures. Okay. On asset side, fixed assets, fill up the figures, current assets with stock figures, with debtors figures. This is your homework. You just solve it and showing your balance sheet, you give me the answer through WhatsApp. Thank you so much. Next, any question, any doubt, you feel free to ask me through WhatsApp. Okay. Thank you.